To keep your deaths low and position intelligently in Chivalry 2, you do not have to be playing passive. What is going on, guys? It's Shawnee Salami, and I have a great Fall of Lionspire game that shows how you can play aggressive but still have smart positioning. And what this boils down to, in my opinion, is getting out of trouble when you see that you're about to get killed. It's that simple. You see your teammates are dying, you see that the flow of the battle is starting to turn against where you're at, and you're out of there. And I think that's the mark of some of the best players. Two that come to mind are Aragi Karan. You guys have heard me talk about him. I consider him the best TO player in the game. And also, I want to shout out CK Michael, who has mastered this play style. CK Michael is a top player in this game, but because of his boring name, he gets underrated a lot. But definitely pay attention if you see that guy in the lobby, because he will destroy everybody while barely dying. It's truly impressive. It's not impressive to me if you're playing like a rat and keeping your deaths low in that way, and then you're likely not really piling up any kind of kills, takedowns, or doing the objective, all that kind of stuff. That's just, how are you even having fun at that point? Let's be real. I have a big time struggle playing like this, and I think you guys could probably relate to this if you've been playing the game enough, and that's that if I want to play how I typically do and get a lot of kills, I die about like 15 times a game. That is a lot for a player that has played as much as me. But I also do get a lot of like stats or whatever you want to call it, get in the action a lot. But nevertheless, let's get into this Lionspire game where we'll have our relaxing commentary. Let's get into it. And while we play this first Lionspire game, we're going to be playing with Megan, who is the love of my life. She's a good friend, and if you want to make some good friends, join the Unyielding Discord. It'll be in the pinned comment. Because of all the damage that the maul can do to a knight, it can be pretty intimidating if someone can drag it well, but unfortunately this guy goes for the aura farm method, which is not going to work, and we're just going to gamble, excel, whatever you want to call what we did there, and get the kill pretty easily. I'm all for style points, get your clip and all that, but sometimes you got to realize it's not going to work against a high-level player, especially in a 1 versus 1 like that. Maybe it's because I don't have the level 1k heraldry on, who knows. No deathless today, as we're going to get hit by a maul special that came out of seemingly nowhere. I didn't know that guy was there. Even looking back at that, it's kind of hard to tell he was ever there, but great play by him to kind of sneak up on me, and we get an archer kill in the process, so I'd say it was worth it. Definitely want to stab in between teammates right there. I'm trying my best with team damage, guys. It's been a problem for a few months now on the channel. So instead of going for the overhead or the slash, I'm trying to use more stabs when I'm by my teammates, which is just common sense, but I get pretty greedy. I don't even think it's intentional in the moment. I've talked about how just sometimes I just go for the kill and I don't even think about it. And when I look back at my gameplay, I just cringe at it. So doing my best to try and get some team damage out of my game. This is kind of the smart position I'm talking about, is I start to just notice that ballista is looking at us, or could be looking at us potentially, and I go on the other side of the fence. I know Spawnway is going to be coming from my team. I'm still in action, still fighting this one guy, but we're sticking with the team more. We're not just going off, rushing at those walls to the sides, especially that one to the left can be very enticing. You see me look and think about it right there, but we just want to stick with the team. We want to play a lot smarter. We are still fighting. It's not like you have to be by yourself to be in the action. Just contain your aggression a little more. So I'm pretty reckless with vote kicks for catapults and archers and stuff when they TK me, but this guy didn't do anything wrong. He's doing exactly what he should, trying to hit the gate, and I'm pinned up against the gate. So why am I there expecting not to get hit? So no vote kick from the biggest crybaby about siege equipment in the game, me, this time, because he's doing exactly what he should. He's not kill farming or anything, so that should actually be applauded. As I say that, I did not realize, so I think that was actually the person who TK'd me on the catapult also has 144 team damage, so when I voted yes on that, it was for the team damage, not really the catapult. I know someone's going to point out in the comments that I actually did vote yes on his vote kick otherwise, but I just wanted to point that out because for a second there, his team damage was actually 144, which is insane. So after a long respawn timer for whatever reason, we are on to stage 3, capture the town square. Now I've been doing the player spotlight series if you guys haven't seen, and so far we've asked a few people what their favorite objective in the game is, and 3 of the 4 have said the Lionspire town square. It really is just such a great objective. I absolutely love this one, and this is an example of bad aggression when we're just going to go way too in deep. No chance of surviving that if I keep moving forward. Kind of an autopilot moment, but we do back up and we're able to heal. I just don't know what I was thinking there. But overall, this game was such a good example of controlled aggression. That was just dumb right there. Thankfully, though, we're finding a bandage crate and taking our time to reset. I know I've talked about working on team damage, and I have done a better job to this point in this video. And right here, guys, I think this is an example of when team damage is just going to happen if you're frontlining, because people are moving around, it's chaotic, we're trying to get to the town square. I get the team damage warning, and I'm doing a ton of it, but I don't know. I think this is just not really one that I should be too stressed about. Let me know in the comments what you think, because I know team damage is something that we always want to cut back on, especially when you're just fighting one person who's just fighting teammates. There's no reason to do it. But right here, this is just something where I think frontlining, it's just going to happen. So right now, my teammates are starting to die. This is escapability I'm not usually too good at, but I'm trying to get better at. So my teammates are starting to die. We're going to back up instead of moving forward. There's no reason to move forward here. Remember when I said in the beginning of the video that when I used to say bad position can be fun was a bit of copium? This is an example of when it's calculated, I know what I'm doing, I'm probably going to die, but it is fun because Megan's in trouble, I'm going to back up my friend, and obviously that's not really a smart call. We go forward and we're going to die. But, you know, it was kind of a cool moment, so it is what it is. We hold the town square, and now it's onto the bridge stage. And this is something you could always do, is just turn around, see who your teammates are fighting. If there's any stragglers, go hit some people's backs. There's always some stragglers in TO public matchmaking lobbies. You can always go find someone. And this guy with the maul was actually pretty cracked. Like, I don't know how he's 1vxing like this and staying alive so long. It's just level 1k things, we don't go outside, right? But we can always find some stragglers and just help our teammates out and get our numbers up a little bit. So it kind of makes you feel good to have big numbers next to kills and takedowns. And you're padding those numbers with very little effort, and everybody wins. I know I'm making some jokes about stats here and the importance of them, so forgive me, but something I do want to say, guys, is if you're having high kills and takedowns, that is indicative of a good game. I know people want to say that the objective is number one, but most of the time, the team that has more kills is going to win the game. Like, if you're significantly out-killing the other team. And I'm sorry to say, this is kind of just a fact, because I've done competitive play, and that's what it comes down to. Like, obviously, you want to do the objective and listen to shot callers and team objective, but the team with the better players wins the game. That's just how it is. I know Reddit and people like to cope by saying, if you went 40-0 and you're nowhere near the objective, you're not helping your team. Like, I know there was a thread about Evil Easter Bunny a while back, for example. It's just not true. The people who are having the most impact on the game are the people that are getting the most kills. And if you're dying over and over on the objective and just respawning constantly, you are not helping your team as much. And I know this is not really something a lot of people want to hear, but if you're here on my channel trying to get better at the game, that's why you're here. You do have to trust me on this. I've been playing this game a long time. Since it came out, I know what I'm talking about. So while people say that it's this ego playing for your score, and that is a little bit true, some of it is ego, most of it is because I'm trying to help people get better, and it's just, I think it's indicative of a good game, and it's why I do point to stats a lot of the time. As we destroy the banners, it is time to destroy the trebuchets. And I would like to ask that if you've enjoyed the video to this point, to please give it a like, because it helps small YouTubers out like me a ton. And if you'd like to support me with a channel membership, that is in the pinned comment. And I'd like to shout out my channel members at the last objective, so let's do that really quickly. Llama, Sauce Code, Cygnus X1, Smile Kitchen, K-Money, Big Bro, Kronos, Nah, CK Buhert, Massive Eggplant, The Goat, and the other Goat, Logic Bomb. Awesome guy who's been helping Smile Kitchen out and basically his co-host on his stream. Shout out Logic Bomb, let's get some games in. But anyway, let's destroy the trebuchets and see if we can get this win. So an excellent game, keeping the deaths low. And jokes aside, guys, Megan is very hard on herself as a player. So today's comment is Megan is a great player, because she seems to think that she only had a good game because of the Warhorn, which is just not the case. But if you guys want to see a great game, my best game I ever played, that one's on the screen now. Love you guys. See you in the next one.